welcome to So what's up? Today we're talking about a really hot subject because we're in the middle of summer and whatnot, and the topic is too hot to handle. Zeeshan, you want to take forward from here?
Yes, sure. Hi. Too hot to handle. So we chose this because of the masala, but hopefully we're gonna add a little bit of an intellectual angle to what's going on in the show, which I personally think is a lot, to be honest.
Spoiler alert, this podcast has a lot of spoilers. Obviously, we're dissecting a show.
Yeah,
It's
so if you haven't
gonna have
watched
spoilers.
If you haven't watched Too Hot to Handle but you want to watch Too Hot to Handle, it doesn't make sense to watch this first because we're gonna really dig into the show. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of specific events that took place in the show.
But if you don't want to watch Too Hot to Handle, but if you
Yeah.
know what's happening, definitely watch this.
Yeah, if you want to watch this instead of the show, it's cool. We'll cover
100%. Yeah, just you know what? We'll show you the best bits anyway. Just watch this. Don't watch the show.
Alright, so should we show them a trailer of the show to let them know what it's about?
Yes, right. I mean, at this point, if you don't know what Too Hot to Handle is, who the fuck are you? But yeah, I think we should do the whole show them a little bit of trailer before we start talking about this.
If you were in paradise with these people and had to resist sex, could you? Hell no. Nobody can keep it in their pants these days.
To the strip club!
Because hooking up is as easy as swiping right.
Oh, that one's fire.
So obviously we found the hottest, horniest, commitment-phobic swipesters.
Everyone's so horny.
And given them what they think is the most exotic and erotic summer of their lives.
I think we just have a big orgy.
Only to reveal that one thing is off the menu. Sex.
What is this? Some type of joke?
And to make it worse, they can't even kiss.
I'm starting to look at the fish differently.
At stake is a prize of $100,000, which will plummet if they get naughty.
I don't want to cost more than $3,000.
The question is, in a world without sex, will they form deeper and more meaningful connections?
Did you guys have sex?
We didn't. Give me a hug. I got more respect for myself.
Or will temptation be too
What was this, sincere now?
hot?
Do you want to go and have sex?
Too
And at this rate, we ain't gonna have fuck all left in the pot.
handle.
My friends are gonna love this twist.
So that's Too Hot to Handle.
It is too hot to handle. Oh my god.
It's about AI wanting to teach people about more meaningful relationships.
Hi, I'm Lana. My purpose is to put the guests on the path towards making deeper and more meaningful connections.
First of all, I don't know why the artificial intelligence cares about this kind of shit. It isn't artificial intelligence, and I have some examples of things that AI says that AI never says. Okay, so for example,
In the last 12 hours, I have been observing you and learning about your behavior. It has been most insightful.
Alright, she's a bit weird.
You have been specially selected because all of you are having meaningless flings over genuine relationships.
Oh my god.
Wow.
The purpose of this retreat is to help you gain deeper emotional connections in your personal relationships.
they never explain how artificial intelligence got to this conclusion. They just hey, by the way, this is what artificial intelligence thinks, which is fucking bullshit. Stop lying to people about what AI is like. AI doesn't care how much sex people are having and what kind of sex it is.
Yeah, AI doesn't even know what fucking sex is. Unless it's the Marvel Universe AI. What is that Tony Stark's AI thing called? Ultron, Age of Ultron. There is a movie named after this, and we couldn't remember this. Amazed. We're growing old, man.
I've only seen the first Avengers. I'm not a Marvel guy.
Same, but from what I remember, even that AI was very sassy, very. Oh my god.
Now that we've introduced AI, shall we talk about some of the people in this show? I know that.
Yes.
I know that you have some clips selected of some introductions.
Basically I couldn't go after, like, I did 2 episodes and then that's all I could
Oh yeah,
do.
by the way, Saadiya didn't do her homework. She cares so little about giving you her opinion about this show that she hasn't even watched all of it. She watched till episode 2 and she's like, I'm done.
I watched till episode 2, then I was done, then I was like, but I need to know what happened. So I did the last 2 episodes. So I know how they finished their...
It doesn't matter. It's like stories, right? Like characters matter. It's, you know, they go through a development process. It's real.
I'm sure they go through a whatever thing, but I couldn't do it. After like episode 2, I'm like, just cannot.
Alright, sure.
Oh,
But anyway,
I do have a lot to talk about, like episode 1. That I mean, there's so much material in just the first episode. So much golden material.
Yeah.
Like this dude.
Here we go. I'm a feminist, yes. I study women and gender studies at college. If you really pay attention, you kind of get the blueprint to how to pick up women. I'm definitely a guy to play the field. You can never have too many options. That's why sports teams have players on the bench. So definitely got a lot of people on the bench. Anywhere I go, I can meet a woman. In a grocery store, I can meet women. And in church, I just actually signed up for Christian Mingle. So any Christians out there... What I'm most proud of is my penis. I have this picture, and it's measured next to an air freshener can.
Right. Okay. So I can definitely admit that based on this clip, your point is obviously more apparent that these people, that they go through a development process, is difficult to believe.
Not at all. In fact, I was going to say, what a wholesome character. I have never in my life met an individual that is a feminist but also is a Christian and is immensely proud of, guess what? His penis. I mean, what?
Yeah, he just does jump around ideas quite a lot. But he comes out like introducing himself as a player. So, these people were specially selected because they're those kind of people, right? So
I thought he was selected because he did gender studies. I mean, who says, yeah, I did gender studies to pick up women? What was the point of it then?
Fair. Okay, so about this kind of lifestyle, there are people out there, if you don't know this already somehow, who sort of play the field. It's not so much about like finding love as it is about finding sex. So like things that are important in relationships, usually like compatibility, intellectual, like cohesive compatibility, like in various ways when compatibility is important, that sort of goes out the window for players like this. Things that become important are how nice is your body, how fit is the body, how clear is your skin, how much hair do you have in your head.
In his case, it's the booty. He's a booty man. He's a bum boy.
Yeah, there are a lot of butt
See,
shots in this show. I guess they're obsessed with excitement. You know that excitement when you like first discover like a physical intimacy with someone? Like they're chasing that over and over again. So it's not so much about like how deep can this one relationship go. It's like next, need something fresh, over and over. Ultimately, it's like a flawed plan, I think, because like, I was thinking about this and it's like, I think that if you're obsessed with the chase, you don't totally understand the point of the chase.
Yeah.
But I mean, to each their own, I suppose.
Exactly, definitely. I 100% agree with that. To each their own. I mean, if the chase is what your thing is about, go ahead. Amaze. That's great. And I really like the other thing that I really appreciate about this show is how it's like, it though it's all about like people staying together but you're not allowed to have sex, but somehow it kinda is sort of sex positive as well. Like it's making people think about sex is awesome, but it's more than just a one-time thing. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Let's introduce a couple more people, perhaps.
Yes.
Uh,
Play Harry. I really want to like talk about Harry.
But my success rate with celebrities is absolutely zero. With any other girl, it's an instant response. I think I'm quite cheeky and I'm a bit of a cockatoo.
The celebrities are like too fancy for their own good. I was talking about how his other part of the sentence is, but regular girls, they're just like one slide into DMs and they're just like, hi Harry, please marry me. I would do that too. And funnily, like, you were telling about how everyone on the show, there's a lot of bum on the show, but somehow the best bum on the show is Harry's.
okay, I'll put a butt shot right here. That's what
Yes,
Harry's
please
butt.
put the butt shot.
Harry's
Look
butt
at
looks
that
like.
butt. Look at that butt. It's a really cute butt. But also
Speaking of-
another fun fact.
Speaking of...
What?
No, I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
The fun fact I was going to tell you was, so while I was like, I may not have watched all the episodes, but I did go and stalk all these people on other social media. Harry was actually an ugly boy, and he had that ugly duckling transition that turned into a beautiful swan, and now he is a gorgeous little boy, and that's kind of relatable and very heartwarming. Also, he's only 22 years old.
What? He's 22
Yeah.
years old?
He's 22.
I'm like so impressed by who he was in the show all of a sudden. Holy shit. But anyway, speaking of butts, check out Rhonda's introduction.
I would rate myself a 10 out of 10. Got a nice butt. A woman should carry herself with confidence, stand tall, and always strive to be better. I feel like if you're a woman, you can do anything that a man can.
So, I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit. I think I've seen I've seen quite a lot of women that have worked out their butt like a lot, but not so much the arms, the upper body, things like that. And I think there's something like fundamentally wrong with chasing like one physical feature so strongly, because physical fitness is about more than that. So
True.
and there's so many butt shots in this show. So it's really quite a lot about that, and the lifestyle really is about like how good does your body look according to like certain very specific, generally agreed upon parameters. And
It is. The girls have to have like butts and boobs, and the boys all have to have like abs, and that's it. Like, that's
and-
the criteria.
Yeah, and that goes to unhealthy extremes, I think, in real life, where there's like things like butt implants, breast implants,
Absolutely, yeah.
And so one of the first interactions that the men have with each other are discussing the bodies in episode 1
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
Francesca looks good, top half amazing. Haley's got a great ass. I'm a bum person.
Yeah.
It's like that, like locker room type conversation. It's very like cringy, to be honest.
I don't know, dude. Like, there is some amount of misogyny in the show which can get to you. Okay, anyway, I have to let's go and watch. Okay, so when I grow up, I'm 27. What the fuck are you going to grow up after this? But anyway, so in my life, I want to be as confident as David. Can we watch David's introduction, please?
Yeah, David, brains and brawn, hashtag loves a sex party. I don't really have lines, I don't really have like a strategy. Basically, I just walk into a bar and take my shirt off. Sorted.
Wow.
I'll be honest, the first time I was watching this show, like in episode 1, I was a little bit like envious of the men, and like I realize how much sex I've missed out on in my life by not having a body that looks like that. But by the time it got to like episode 3 or 4, I was like, oh, but I'm like a little bit smarter than these people, so I'm fine.
No, but the confidence, like what our man actually said, I don't really have lines or I don't really have a strategy. I just basically walk into a party and take my shirt off.
Yeah. And this kind of thing like genuinely does happen. So if you are a man that's watching this show and you want to have a lot of sex in life, go work out. I'm not even joking. Like that's the most important thing to be focusing on is like get a buff body because it matters. Hey, it matters.
It does matter. Send us the pictures. We will tell you how good you are doing.
Not to me.
Send them to me. Boys and girls, if you want to send pictures, please send me pictures. I am 100% welcome.
And okay, so a good example of this, so when the women are interacting for the first time in episode 1, Chloe says, "I would ruin Harry."
I would ruin Harry.
And they've not even had a conversation at that point. And Francesca is discussing all the men's bodies in her interview with the camera, and she's like,
there is so many really hot options in this house. David's body, I want to lick it. Cal's body, I want to lick it. Harry's body, I want to lick it. I haven't seen Jesus' body yet, but I probably would lick it too, to be honest. So, come and get it.
Women do locker room chatting too. It's okay. Bro, to just be like, I want to lick all their naked bodies is a little thirsty. Please. Let's check out Francesca's walk-in, please. Her intro is the most beautiful thing I have seen in the world.
Oh, shit! Oh, no! What up?
This lighting is perfect. Oh, that one's fire. I have 310,000 followers right now. It goes up usually every single day. I think my personality is my best asset, but the eyes go to the boobs. But my face isn't too bad, I don't think, so. Usually if a guy's hot and I want him, it's just do a little hair flip, just make eye contact, and then it's game over. I win.
I didn't like Francesca in the beginning when I first watched the show, but as I went through the episodes, I discovered that she's a very intelligent and a very sharp person, and she's
very boss.
Yeah, she's very good socially. She's good at finding out really fundamental things about people, fundamental characteristics about people, and acting accordingly. She's really smart that way.
I love her introduction video because I do not relate to anything in it. There's nothing relatable for me. She starts off with, I have 300 million followers. It just keeps going up, and I'm like, how?
300,000.
How? Yeah, 300,000. It just keeps going up. Okay, and then she's my personality is not so bad, but everyone looks at my tits. I don't even have boobs. And the best thing, how do you pick up boys? If I find a boy hot, I just flick my hair, do some staring, and that's it.
Yeah, I believe
know what
that.
I look like?
Believe that.
You know what I look like? This is what I look like when I do that.
I think
no one's falling for this.
I think you're overestimating the standards in a typical bar type scenario where everyone's trying to get with someone. And
Zeeshan, not in a million years, me doing this.
I don't believe that, Saadiya. Bullshit.
Is it working?
So
hi, Zeeshan.
I'm not trying to be flattering to you, but I honestly doubt that you're someone that struggles to get attention. Yes, it's very cute.
I'm just gonna do that one more time. So I'm basically so obsessed with Francesca, I actually came up with a bunch of one-liners for her in hopes that if she ever watches this show, I just want her to be like, you know, don't get with me because that will never happen, but just know how much I love you. So basically, like, feel free to edit these out, but I just have to, you know, let it out. Francesca is so hot, the cigarette probably lights itself after sex. Francesca is so fucking hot. She is probably a firefighter's worst nightmare. Francesca is so hot. Scientists keep her photos in their offices in the South Pole to stay warm. Francesca is so hot. If she was a cuisine, she'd be a hot Andhra meal. I think that one's brilliant. Francesca is so hot. After watching this show, I had to put aloe vera on my face. I don't know how people will relate, but Francesca is so hot. Dante had to give her a separate verse in Inferno. Please sit on my face, Francesca. Yeah, I'm done.
Cool. I hope this gets to her.
I hope so too.
Okay. I want to show a couple more clips to sort of summarize who the kind of people that these are. So this is the first time that David and Rhonda are interacting on the show.
Yeah. Again, the confidence.
Yeah, let's check this out.
Oh.
How are you feeling sat out in the sun? It's quite hot, right?
It is.
You're looking like you need a bit of lotion.
I do. Can I get some? How many bottles of sunscreen did this guy bring?
Oh shit.
You can
You're just turning it over.
Does that work?
That works well. Maybe we should probably just go like that to start with.
Thanks.
Very peachy.
Someone showing off their best asset.
You have great hands too.
Yeah, I know how to use them.
Really get it in there.
Right, that
You're
is.
enjoying that too much.
Yeah. That's a great peach.
It kind of comes naturally, you know?
Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
So there's like such a confidence and such an ease about like going through those moves, and that, you know, that was one of the things that made me realize that these people are like cut from a different cloth, you know, especially
100%.
like I come from like a conservative Indian background. Like my parents were, you know, very, let's say, strict and restrictive in like raising me, and so that kind of like, you know, videos like that just like boggle my mind. I remember when I like first went to the US for college, there was a like a little bit of a culture shock, and then like a little bit of intimidation because just how comfortable and easy they were at expressing themselves, interacting with the opposite sex, things like that. It's like I was raised like totally differently. It's like these people are.
I completely get that, because we come from a place where, you know, growing up, a lot of these sexy time. How was it shown? Like two sunflowers coming together, going jiggle, and going out of frame. That is sex to us. Sunflowers doing like jiggly dance. And to see, like, you know, and also we also come from a place where growing up Bollywood was mostly like girl being shy and running away, and the guy would be like, hey, aati kya khandala, half the time, and like, you know, going pestering her and like, ha ka matlab na, or something like that. So, you know, we come from that very regressive idea of what interaction with the other sex is like. So this was definitely mind-blowing. Like, where are your parents? Do you not have mummy daddy who, like, I don't know, if I did that to a boy, my mummy daddy will kick me out of the house.
Yeah, okay, so I remember here's how my mother discovered that I was sexually active. Okay, I went.
Mine still don't know. Please don't put that up.
How do your parents not know? You've talked about it on video and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't show them those videos. And even if they see, I'm like, dude, I'm a comedian, I joke about these things. And they're like, I don't know, I think we're both in denial. They're in denial, I'm in denial, well, everyone's in denial. That's another very Indian thing to do. Stay in denial.
So I, like, when we decided on like making this show, like when the shoot was nearing, I like texted my mom, here's like a show that I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about my own experiences a little bit also. And she was like, no, I don't agree with this choice of show, and I don't think you should be talking about your own experiences. And then she didn't talk to me for like half a day, but it was only half a day at this point. So like me and my mother have like open communication channels at this point, but it's still a don't ask, don't tell policy in the family.
Yeah, same. And even if they do find out, they're like, did not hear it. What? Saadiya and sex? That no.
But here's how my mother first found out. Okay, when I was 20 years old, I took a little trip to go, find myself spiritually. I went to Himachal, and I had left behind my iPod Touch. Okay, I come back, and then my parents sit me down, and my mother's just like, "To kya gul khila ke aaye ho college se?" And I was like, "What?" And then they're like, I found your iPod. At that point, I just like melted internally. That kind of trouble where you don't even try to defend yourself. So, like, you're just there to like face the music. It was that kind of trouble. Like, oh my god. And the kind of stuff she found on my iPod was a girlfriend of mine had texted me, you left behind your shirt at my place. Me texting friends of mine, you want to go to the bar tonight to pick up chicks. Like, I was a toxic guy, early college years, 19, 20, and she found like all of it. I was in so much trouble. So basically at the age of 20, I got grounded.
That is again, see, this is extremely relatable. I am 27, I still get grounded sometimes. I'm like, bro, I can run away from the house, right? They're like, you can try. Anyway, back to the show. There is this one clip where these two, Jesus and the big boy, they're sitting and talking about long-term commitment.
Oh yeah.
Who are you looking at? Who are you thinking?
I'm interested in Chloe. She's good looking. I like that look, dark hair. I like model looking girls, skinny.
Do you see yourself with her like long term though?
Bro, I don't even know if I really believe in marriage.
But when I say long term, I mean like 4 weeks.
No, bro.
Bro, when I say long term, I mean 4 weeks. I died so hard. I went back, replayed like 10 times just to laugh my butt off. It was...
Yeah, just to be clear, I'm not like that. I went through like a slightly adventurous phase in college, like very briefly, but like even back then I wasn't like that. I was still looking.
Same.
I was still looking for the one, just in the wrong places.
At bars and taste to it. Like, first of all, Indian bars. I don't know how you pick up girls in Indian bars.
No. This was when I was in college, so it was when I was in the US.
See, that makes sense.
But what were you saying about Indian bars?
You can't just go and like pick people up. Maybe once in a blue moon, but usually people are with their groups. And they like to stay in their groups. There's not like, you can't just walk up to someone and be like, yo, come here often. And because they'll be like, cheap bhaad mein ja, and they'll just walk off.
I think it depends on like the bar/club. Like, and it depends on like the particular case scenario. But yeah, like I think that Indians are generally more guarded about things like that. Okay, here's a situation.
100%.
Here's a situation I've been in last year. So I go to like clubs to dance and stuff sometimes. And so when I was at a club in Mumbai, I won't name them, this woman comes up to me. She was from the Philippines, I believe, and she was like, "You're cute, wanna meet up later?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. I mean, like, I might be free later in the night. Let's hang out, let's talk." And then I was like, "Can I get your number?" And then she's like, "Oh, I don't have a phone." So she called her Indian guy friend. She like, I don't know. And he's like, "What's up?" I'm like, she wants to, like, we want to meet each other later. Could you take down my number? And the guy's just like, "Oh, no."
Oh my god. Maybe he cock blocked you because you were cock blocking him. Has that occurred to you?
I didn't make the move. The woman was making the decisions that there. I just agreed because she seemed like an alright person. And then I like totally bailed on her. I'm like, I'm not getting into like, I'm not indulging drama for someone I've just met. So if you're an Indian woman and you do want to meet other people, don't like take your weird guy friends with you.
Yeah. Yeah. It does get a little weird.
Yeah, like some guys, it's like, "हम ये तो बचाएंगे." It's like, no, dude. It's like when asked, step in for sure. But like if you're not, like.
Nobody asked you to be my bodyguard. Calm down.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but yeah, I wish we were as open with our sexuality as people from other countries. That would have been nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's, there's like I do think a factor in this is like culture. Like most marriages in India are still arranged marriages, and I mean I'm not entirely hating on arranged marriages, but I do think that getting into a relationship with someone, slowly getting a feel of like what relationships are like, what the other person is like, and then deciding if you want to get married to them for decades and decades, I definitely think that makes more sense. But the cultural context just kind of makes it difficult for people to be honest about their feelings.
In this show itself, we have people who have body count that exceeds that's in hundreds. And in India, you have you hold a boy's hand in public and suddenly like, oh, did you see? She's a whore, she's a slut. I'm like,
Yeah, there was no one at all from Asia in this show. There was Australia,
no shit,
America, and UK. That's it.
There was an Irish girl, okay?
Oh,
there
okay.
was an Irish girl on the show, and not one Asian.
I think people from a lot of places in Europe could have definitely been in the show.
I don't understand how Asians, most Asian countries have some of the highest number of population, except for Japan maybe. We're all properly populated people. Why do we just not why weren't we on the show? We're having sex, bad sex maybe, but still, what the fuck?
No, it's it can't happen with the Indians at all unless they're from Indians that were raised in America or something.
Even Indians who are raised in America would have gotten into shit because you have all your cousins and shit that follow you online and they'll be like, auntie, you know what your daughter did? That's it, dead. That's instant death right there.
Okay, cool. So let's move to episode 2, perhaps?
Sure.